Oh boy. What day is it? I don't know. It's confusion.
I'm going insane. Perhaps wacky. One might even say crazy. I'm losing my mind. My marbles. My bananas. I am falling off my rocker, so to speak.
4th level enchantment, casting time of 1 action, range of 90 feet, components verbal somatic material, 3 nutshells. Well, that's a thematic material component. Duration, concentration, up to 1 minute. This spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast this spell or be affected by it. An affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. I forgot about the reaction segment. We'll talk about that. Oh boy, another list. A table, though, not a list. D10 behaviors. 1. The creature uses all its movement to move in a random direction. To determine a direction, roll a d8 and assign a direction to each die face. The creature doesn't take an action this turn. 2 through 6, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. 7 through 8, the creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn. 9 through 10, the creature can act and move normally. At the end of each of its turns, an affected target can make a wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds, this effect ends for that target. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, the radius of the sphere increases by 5 feet for each slot level above 4th. I entirely forgot about that. Okay, 10-foot radius sphere with 90 feet, that's not that bad. And it's any target within, or no, that is every creature within the 10-foot radius. You can't pick or choose allies in that one. That's not a slow where you're gonna get the pick targets within the area. This is everyone in that area is gonna be confused, which I forgot. I thought you had to pick a number. Not to mention, with that radius as well, which 10-foot radius isn't that bad. It might seem a bit limited compared to other spells, but the upcasting just increasing the radius by 5 feet for each slot. I can't think of many spells that just increase the radius by upcasting. It doesn't increase damage or chance or something. There's not much to change. Then you have the random table. Oh, but first, reactions. I had entirely forgot this just takes away reactions. I thought that was only within the effects on the table when they can't do actions anymore. I didn't know that it was just as a flat thing. No opportunity attacks, no counter spells. Even if they get a normal turn off the rolls of confusion on their round, they can't react to anything. Featherfall? No, it's just a normal fall for you. No shield? That's just, oh my god, no shield. You're fighting an enemy that has that reaction burst. This isn't attacking their AC, it's just a save, and then it's stuck on them for that concentration. The only way out of it is at the end of their turn, they can make a wisdom saving throw. So every turn they have a chance of getting out. If you have a high DC, that's going to be difficult, though it is at the end of their turns, which is nice. And the D10 at the start of their turn, so the probability of all those. So 10% chance, it uses all its movement in a random direction and doesn't do anything. It just moves, which pretty good. So only 10% chance, but each round, multiple targets, might get it. The D8 for a die face, I've actually used that in some of my other games for what I call weapon spread, or like, projectile or throwing something instead of hitting a single target has a chance of falling in a location. That's a separate thing, a separate video. 2 through 6, a 50% chance, even though it starts at 2 through 6, there's still 5 total. The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. That is just a no turn. That's a turn skip. They don't have reactions on top of that either. It's just no turn for you. That's it, which is pretty good. For a 50% chance of them just not doing anything, just bumbling around like a buffoon. 7 through 10, 20% chance. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a random creature, whether it's in range or not. Randomly determined, I see this as a dice roll. It's not always an ally. It's just anyone in range. And then if it doesn't do anything, again, just doesn't do anything that turn. If we're not looking at melee things, it's just roll it into the previous 50%. For a total of 70 of not doing anything. And 9 through 10, 20% chance the creature can act and move normally. I thought that was a little higher. I thought it was 30 instead of 20, because the way that came up in some of my games was freakishly common. Anyway, and then the upcasting. It's already a 4th level spell. I'd say this is worth 4th level because it's all creatures in that radius, and it's a 90-foot, 10-foot radius. That's not bad. Whether it'd be worth just to increase it by 5, I guess that's the radius by 5 feet, so really it'd expand further. I mean, hey, if you need it in a pinch, or if you're gonna use a spell slot to upcast anyway, because you've already used your 4th, doesn't hurt. You know what? Because I honestly didn't remember these exact specifics. Tiro component's kind of funny. 7 out of 10. It's a disabler, and way more than I remembered. And an area as well. Gosh. Which would make the concentration worth it, even if they could save out of it, was just because it could affect so many targets. 7 out of 10.